you remember in reception when we were watching Despicable Me 2, me and Ellis both had milk and we spilt it all over each other?
Yeah, that was pretty cool. At least we don't have to clean it.
Do you remember in year 4 when cricket was for PE and everyone else was swung but you had missed yours, so when I turned around to throw the ball back it hit me square in the face?
Sorry on multiple occasions. Do you remember in reception when Oliver Prescott was new? So I just started throwing plastic bread at him because I didn't know who he was. Sadly I had to go naughty people on multiple occasions.
I remember at the start of year 6, me, Lily and Erin, we all got our owl badges, but sadly one day Erin left, but me and Lily did presents for her.
In year 1, I remember that Miss Smith gave me Zug the teddy to take home, and I brought him to the park.
I remember in year 5 at PGL, Naomi and me were just getting to sleep and Naomi screamed and I asked what was wrong and there was a fly in her ear.
Guys, do you remember when in year 1 we played that Halloween house and Emily wouldn't let me play?
Oh yeah.
We really sad that. I know.
Do you remember in year 2 where we always used to play with the shelf and we always used to play McDonald's and you always used to come up with your car and you used to ask for like 700 chicken nuggets?
Guys, do you remember in year 2 when we used to like sing 2K House? Like, do you remember that jam?
Oh yeah, we're like
2K House, 2K House. Guys, do you remember as well when like we used to go on the field and we'd make them bird nests and it'd be like a competition and stuff?
Oh yeah,
we used
like
to steal each
the
other's
hay.
hay.
Yeah.
Do you want to remember in nursery when you punched me in the face?
Oh yeah, we were playing in the library and we were playing Tom and Jerry as well.
After sitting there up naughty for about 1 hour, didn't you?
Remember in year 2 when we used to go in that house over there and shout 2K House?
2K House, 2K House.
Remember in year 4 when Miss Walford used to call me turn around child because I turned around a lot?
Oh yeah.
Do you remember in year 5 PGL and we fell off the hill into the water? We were trying to grab those in that wall.
Do you remember PGM? That was so
Yeah, and he's back.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, do you remember on the night of the disco when you had a shower and you were like singing and we all dancing?
yeah. Oh my god, yeah, and remember when Grace had been to the toilet or something and then she came back and she was acting like she was like possessed or something. And she came over to my bed and literally she leaned over and I slapped her in the face because I was so scared of her.
Oh, and yeah, and remember when me and you went downstairs and there was no one there because we thought it was breakfast, but yeah, there was just a cleaner tidying up.
That was so fun.
do when I was swinging on my turn, then school, I said put 4 legs in a jump, put my 2 legs and hang out swinging.
I remember in year 4 when we made the earthquake structures and I ate all the marshmallows off it.
So did I.
Funny. Remember in PGL when I fell off the bunk bed onto Jordan and broke my nose?
I remember when I slipped and fell into that tree.
Yeah, it was hilarious.
When we were in year 6, we were doing the cooking lesson. I had this onion and it was sharp at the end and it cut my finger. I remember in year 5 when we went to PGL, people were doing knock over, and I remember we did some knock over as well. Someone did that in my door.
I remember in town sports in year 4, we did the relay race and we came second, and then overall our school came first.
I didn't do it.
I remember in year 5 when Mr. Price, when we got 10 out of 10 in spelling, Mr. Price's couple cartwheels. I remember that.
In year 1, do you remember when I opened the pop-up book and screamed?
Yeah.
In reception, remember when Bella bit me on the shoulder because we were fighting over a doll?
Yeah. Remember when the teachers took pictures of me and Ella asleep on the bus?
Yeah. Do you remember when I had a brownie in my hand? I fell off a chair, hit my head on the wall, came back in with a brownie box still in my hand.
Yeah.
Do you remember in year 5 when I had 2 Weetabixes at PGL?
Yeah.
They were just so good.
I think to now. Do you remember in reception when I walked into the wall?
Yeah.
But I only joined in year 1. Do you remember when we was in the hall and we was all singing? And then I saw Miss Cole crying.
reception when Sydney brought in a bag of conkers and a squirrel came in through the window and Miss Mullen jumped onto a chair. She was that scared.
Yeah, and do you remember when we were walking home from church in year 3 and I banged into a lamppost and had a massive egg on my head?
Yeah, and then in year 4 we were on our way to swimming and you walked into that giant traffic cone.
Yeah.
And do you remember in year 6 when I accidentally grabbed onto your pigtail and you almost fell over?
Sometimes there's no one else who loves me like you used to. Sometimes when
Remember when we used to do swimming in year 2?
Oh yeah, that was funny. Remember when we went to Chill Factor and was skiing?
Oh yeah.
Remember when Mr. Collison split his pants?
Remember when, I forgot it, PGL. Everyone went on the zip line and everyone was petrified to do that.
Oh yeah.
and I'll take some time, but I'll be alright. We're moving on. We're moving on. I know times are tough, but I've had enough. We're moving on. We're moving on. We're moving on. Sometimes there's no one else.
Guys, remember in year 2 when I got to take home Patch the Bear and I went to Tesco with it and I lost it?
You remember when we came out of swimming and then I threw up in your leg?
Yeah, that's what
Remember in year 3 when I fell off my chair and I took Ellie down on the floor with me?
Times are tough, but I've had enough. We're moving on. We're moving on. We're moving on.
Hey guys, remember our year 5 PGL trip?
Yeah,
that was
so
brilliant.
fun.
I remember me and Katie shared bunk beds with Katie. Our bed was so creaky that whenever me or Katie moved, it used to creak like mad. So I slept the whole night because I thought it was going to cave in because it was that creaky. So I slept the whole night thinking that I was going to get squashed by Katie and the bunk bed. So I was fearing for my life the whole time. Well, I remember when I was in a bunk bed by the bathroom door, and Alicia J climbed down from her bunk bed because obviously she needed to go to the toilet. And then she switched the light on, but the bathroom door was still open, so the light came flooding out, and I was like, oh my eyes, I'm being blinded.
Yeah, I remember when I slept in too long and Erin got Alicia B's torch and shone it right in my eyes and I was blinded.
That's sad.
Well, in year 4 we had dance festival.
Yeah, that was brilliant.
Yeah.
Well,
Apart from when you fell over and then you had big plaster on your knees.
yeah, my knees are like plastered with plasters.
and there was like blood everywhere.
Yeah.
You were like dancing dead stiff like that. Did you ever move your knees? Did it look weird if like your knees were stiff and your arms were?
Yeah. When the boys put loads of makeup on, they actually went on stage with it.
Do you think they actually liked it, or they just did it for like performance?
I think they liked it because they were like, get this off me now. They were like, kind of like this.
I think they did it for performance, but I think they actually kind of liked it.
Yeah. I'm really sad that our journey is going to come to an end now.
Yeah. It's like second family here at St. Wilfrid.
Yeah, definitely.
At least we're all in the same form.
Yeah.
Miss you.
Miss you.
I remember in year 4 when we were doing the dance festival, all the girls were handing out makeup and the boys put it on, and then we performed in the makeup as well. I'm really going to miss primary school.
I remember when I brought a sticky man to school, and I thought it was a good idea to put it on a ruler and fling the ruler to see how high it went. But then it stuck to the ceiling, and later that day it fell on my head. I'm really gonna miss primary school.
I remember in PGL when Noah decided to sleep in a suitcase because he got uncomfortable in his bed.
Yeah, I remember that.
He slept with all his clothes.
Yeah,
I miss primary school.
Like year 1, it was my birthday, and we stood up at the do you know the nursery hall, or the Key Stage 1 hall, and they were all singing happy birthday to me, and I got to go and pick a present from the prize box. Does nobody else remember that little prize box at the end, and you'd put your hand in?
No.
The one where you put your hand in.
Oh, in assembly?
Yeah, yeah. Where you just close your eyes, look, and then you'd get something. Well, that happened to me, and I got a sticky man And I remember the teacher said, because I went outside and everybody wanted to go, and it nearly ripped because someone stretched it. And when I went in and told the teacher, she said, "We'll put it in your." She said, "Put it in your pocket, and then just leave it in there until the end of the day." So obviously I didn't really, and I just didn't. I couldn't bother to. And then what happened was I took it out in the middle of the class, and I remember I took it out. But do you know how like the inside of the pockets are like fuzzy? Yeah, fuzzy. It got stuck to the fuzziness. And I took it out, but it slingshot to the back, and it whacked Darcy, and it made like a handprint on your face with a little stick.
Yeah, I remember that. That actually hurt.
Did it?
I felt like throwing it back to your face.
No, you didn't.
I didn't.
No, you didn't. I told the teacher.
I remember, yeah, you were all grass, and I got really shouted at that day. But then they had to say sorry because it was my birthday. Who's going next?
I'm not. I just told my story.
Fine. So it was like year 2 or year 3 or something like that. It was sports day, and me and some other people in the class were called up to throw the bean bag, and so everyone like threw it that way. But because I was only little, I didn't know what they said, so I threw it backwards. And I think it got further. I won, but it went the other way.
Okay, so I think it was in year 4, and it was the dance festival. We were sat down because it was the end of the festival, and I got a glow stick. It wouldn't light up, so I basically bit into it, and it went all in my mouth, and it was disgusting. I remember because I was sat next to it.
Oh, do you know yesterday? Well, I had a glow stick from Dio's party, right? And I snapped it like that, and it burst all of the thing just blew up in my face. It was like, and oh my god, my dad just stood there and said, "What have you done to your face?" I was like, "Dad, I don't know."
I remember in like reception or something, we was like learning, and then like the toilets were like kind of in the classroom. So like I was bursting for the toilet, but I was scared to ask because like I thought the teacher was like kind of gonna eat me up or something. So then I kind of asked, and then it was too late, so I kind of like peed myself. And then the teacher had to kind of phone home to get me some more pants. Because she thought the teacher was going to eat you up.
That would be like a murderous teacher.
What was it? What was the name?
Bye.
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 I remember at PGL when I was telling everyone to be quiet because then in the morning I'll be really like shouting at everyone, and then everyone was just telling me to like be quiet, just have fun. You next.
Is it?
I don't remember.
I don't know what I'm meant to say. You said what I was meant to say.
You say about the sweet shop.
What sweet shop?
How everyone was passing sweets and we told scary stories.
In the middle of the night where everyone was stuck in the mouths with all the candy.
Yeah, and then we were all telling scary stories, and like the teachers had to like knock on our doors, like 3 times.
Yes. I was asleep then.
and then Erin shone a torch in Izzy's eyes.
Yeah, and Izzy like screamed.
Yeah, I know. And then we had to wake up at like 7.
And then we were like below the boys, so all we could hear like is the boys jumping off the beds.
Yeah,
and it was, like,
because they were all like front flipping off the beds, and all that we could hear below us was like just banging all night.
That must have been scary. I don't remember that at all.
You were asleep.
You were asleep.
No.
You went to sleep like after.
Before the sweets.
I know you went to sleep before the sleep.
No, Did you? It was in the middle. I ate one sweet and then I went to sleep.
Well, like one Haribo.
One Haribo. Yummy, delicious. Let's go to sleep.
We will miss St. Wilfrid's. Bye.
So I remember PGL, we were like, I've forgotten my line now. I was the one who was telling you all to remember and I can't remember mine. Oh yeah, so on our first night there, well our only night there, but Deeds kept banging her pillow on the wall and we were like, why? And she wouldn't tell us why. And we were just like, stop, why? And she wouldn't tell us. And we were like, and she was just like screaming as well. And none of us could get to sleep at all.
I remember at PGL we had to wait for Isabel to get ready and we were late to the party because we couldn't leave Isabel behind.
Yeah, because she spilled like pasta down the top, didn't she?
Yeah.
Although I wasn't in these guys' group, I still had a great time because Erin was in my group. And what I did is we went to this place, I'm not sure what it's called again because it was like when we was in year 5 and stuff. But we went to this place and there was loads of mud on the floor and I rolled under the mud, but I hated to get dirty. And then there was a bug on my face, so I kept screaming because I thought the bug was going to bite me. But then after that, we went, we was like standing in a line and then Erin's mouth and fingers kept going blue and purple, so I gave to both of my jackets, but that wasn't the best for me because I got freezing after that.
Well, I remember when we all got back from the party and we were all sharing our sweets, and it was kind of like a sweet shop.
I remember when everyone was at PGL, I was at school and I was doing work.
What work?
Maths work. It was so fun.
Bye.
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 I remember the memory of PGL. Do you remember PGL, Abdullah?
Yes.
Who danced all night at the disco?
Yes.
He loved it. And who got wet in the kayak?
Yes.
Abdullah and Mrs.
Meadow.
Yeah, wet through.
Spoon.
Yeah.
Yes.
And do you remember the biscuits you made?
Biscuits were made.
Who ate all the biscuits?
And the biscuits.
Abdullah?
Abdullah.
Yeah, you did.
You did.
Well, mistress.
So I can remember when we wanted to make a food. Me and Katie couldn't cut the tomatoes, and Katie was angry. And she said, "Why I can't cut tomatoes?" She was so angry. I was laughing too much.
Bye.
Bye.
Remember when we used to do swimming?
Yeah.
Remember when Mr. Collifer split his pants?
Yeah. Do you remember when we went to Chilvactor?
Yeah. I remember going and teaching people how to go up the slope.
Yeah.
Yeah. remember in year 5 in PGL, it was my turn to do the kayaking, and we were waiting for the kayaks, and then when we got on it, we were on it doing races around the island. And then I saw Charlie and I waved to him whilst he was doing the other activity, and then I fell in.
Yeah, Mr. Fry shouted at you, didn't he, when you did when you fell in?
Yeah.
I remember in nursery I had a cut on my leg, and Mrs. Cunningham put a plaster on it, and I just kept on taking it off and hiding them in the corner
like
behind
a little stash.
Yeah, behind the bookshelf, and then I would just keep on going saying, "Can I have another plaster?" and the teacher would get really annoyed about it.
I remember in year 5 at PGL, I locked myself in the bathroom because I was putting on aftershave, because they said the aftershave would set off the fire alarms. Then I got stuck in the bathroom.
Was that that smell that I could smell all the way down the hallway? I could just smell like an aftershave smell.
Probably.
I remember when we went to PGI, I decided to sleep inside of a suitcase.
Yeah, we just woke up like
and then Noah was just
really
sat
early, and he
inside
just
of a suitcase.
sat in a suitcase.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.
Remember at PGL when I fell out my bed?
Yeah, that was
funny. Remember in year 2 when Finley Cassidy scratched my eye and I had to go to hospital?
Oh,
that was bad. Do you remember in year 4 when we were doing PE in the field and I dislocated my elbow?
Yeah, that was so bad.
I remember in reception when I went on the sandpit and it like snapped.
Yeah.
That was funny.